Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. Today of the Rhino, we're looking at a beer from Railyard Brewing Company. This is Railyard Brewing Company's Raspberry Lemon Blonde. It is 4.2% alcohol by volume. There is a lot of information on here that there is no way I'm going to be able to read. However, there is a very lengthy write-up on Untappd, so we'll read it off of there. I can sort of try to make out this part. Water, barley, wheat, oats, hops, yeast, raspberry puree, raspberry extract, and lemon juice. So, obviously, with puree and extract, you were going for more flavor and less real raspberry. So, the color comes up into question here. I mean, you say it's a blonde, which means who knows what I'm going to see color-wise, but if you're using raspberry puree, I'm expecting a at least pinkish look to it. So Railyard is in Calgary, Alberta. This says, this light-bodied blonde ale boasts a clean and crisp texture, complemented by fresh raspberries and lemon zest for a perfectly balanced flavor profile. But you said lemon juice, not lemon zest. Just the fruity notes of raspberries and citrusy lemon combine to create a harmonious aroma, making it the perfect beer for hot summer days. Its light hop profile and low bitterness let the bright fruity notes shine through, creating a truly refreshing and satisfying experience. Whether you're grilling in the backyard, relaxing with friends over a bonfire, or just, well, hope you're relaxing with friends around a bonfire, not over a bonfire, or just craving a refreshing beverage, this is your summertime companion. There's been 7 monthly tap-ins for it. I have one friend that's tapped this in. They give it a 4.25 out of 5. 268 tap-ins overall with marks to give a 3.71 out of 5 overall. Jerry M is the one I know that did this. Apparently he bought it at Railyard Brewing. Open mic night. Good times. 4.25 out of 5. And he had that a year ago. Does Jerry still live in Calgary? Is that what's... Oh, he's been pretty non-committal on tapping things in on the Untappd. June of this year and July of last year were his last 2 taps. Jerry has given up the Untappd or the beer. Or both. But really, what's it matter, right? So, yeah, here we go. I like how there's like a cassette tape that's being unraveled and it's like a yellow iguana-ish fire frog thingy, like throwing its tongue out, and how that has anything to do with Railyards or raspberry lemon blondes, I don't know. But hey, it looks kind of cool. I had a viewer recently say, I'd love to just look at those walls of yours on acid. You'd like to look at this can on acid too, I'm sure. Oh, come on. I'm disappointed, Railyard. I'm disappointed. If you tell me that you used real raspberry puree and raspberry extract, again, you're telling me how much raspberry puree you used in this. There is no pink hues to the head. It's not crystal clear, but it's pretty damn clear. And it's brassy at best. Could that be blonde hair? I don't think so, but whatevs. The SRMs are going to be a lot lighter than they should have probably been for a beer that says it's using raspberry puree. That's all I have for that. Sent from the glass. Okay. It smells like what it says on the tin. Lots of fresh, sweet raspberries and lemon juice shining through on the nose from the glass. From the can, from the can, it almost smells like a raspberry lemonade. I actually like raspberry lemonade. I don't like admitting that to a lot of people. I like some raspberry lemonade. All right, cheers. Let's try the beer. That's odd. And it's odd because, yes, there's some raspberry notes to it. Yes, there's some lemon notes to it. Yes, there's some hoppy notes to it. Yes, there's some malty notes to it. But I have to take another sip to be sure before I say what I was about to say. Yeah. Okay, so it almost, how do I say this nice enough that if my wife was to watch it, I wouldn't get my balls cut off. That if she was to hear me, I wouldn't get my balls cut off. Back when I was in shape, after I got divorced from my first wife and before I started dating this one, and I was built, and women were actually chasing me. I was a man whore for a bit of time. I wasn't really a man whore per se because I didn't sleep with every girl I dated, but I dated a lot of girls in a 1 year span. To the point that some months, you know, I would have like 2 or 3 different girls in a week, and they would be one day, and I'm like, you're not my thing. But there was some stuff that happened in that time. And you know, there was some girls that would wear that like body spray, and it would be like a raspberry body mist, and that's like licking it off their neck. It's like this, you get a little bit of raspberryness, but it tastes fake. But at the same time, you almost get like a hairspray like flavor on the back of your palate with the raspberries. It's an odd thing. It smells pretty good. Doesn't look good for what it says. The can looks nice. The taste just isn't what I want. It's not. It's now I can see you're out at an open mic night, you're having a few beers, you're with your friends, this is cold. I could see it. I could see you enjoying it. It's room temperature. I'm sitting in my house. I get that like raspberry and hairspray flavor. And then I get a slightly biscuity, slightly wet cardboard flavor on the back end. It's not a bad beer per se. It's just not, it's not one that I would ever pay money for again. And it's not one I would go out of my way to get again. I don't think this is even the first beer from this brewery I have had. And I don't think it's the first beer from this brewery I'm like, yeah, it's not great. I'm gotta look this up now just to know, because I think I've had more than one from them. So we have this beer from Railyard Brewing. Railyard Brewing, more info. I have had 2 beers by them. This and the peach sour, and I wasn't a fan of the peach sour either. And if I remember correctly, the peach sour also had extract in it. And I had that back in June, so the review for it is up. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. And it's kind of how I'm looking at this. This is my second beer from them, and I'm like, do I want to pay $6 for another beer from them if I see it at Sobeys Liquor or Co-op Liquor or Superstore Liquor or Urban Cellars or any, well, those are the 4 I actually frequent. Do I want to pay the money for it again? No, I really don't. Like, I really don't. Like, the chug made it go down better. The chug kind of washed away some of the hairspray flavor as it went down, but it still reminds me of like the neck lick. It does. And I don't want to be reminded of that. I don't. No. I'll give it a 6.75 out of 10. It's not a bad beer. It's just not one I really care to drink again. And again, if you're going to make a raspberry beer, it should look like this can. It should look like, we've had enough raspberry beers now that are proper. We've had enough breweries that make a proper beer and charge me the proper amount, to the point where when I'm getting charged the same amount of beer for a place that's obviously and admittedly using extracts versus fresh fruit, I get the question of, why am I paying the same amount? And I don't actually, when I'm picking up beers for the review, I don't actually look at the ingredients before I pick it up. I pick it up, if anything, I'll have my Untapped out and I'll scan it and see if I've reviewed it. And if I haven't reviewed it, I'll pick it up if it seems like something interesting to me. And then when it comes time to do this, then I really look at it and I get worked up. And excuse me, maybe until I get some of my credit card debt in check, I should look at the stuff ahead of time and say, I'm kind of like a fat kid. I am a fat kid, but I'm kind of like a fat kid in a candy shop when I go into some of these places, because I'm looking at breweries that I've never really had anything from. And in this 10 months that we've been here, well, 11 months that we've been, 9 months, sorry, that we've been here, I've had a lot of beers from this region. But I'd have a lot more if I didn't have to buy 4-packs. And I bring that up all the time, and you can get angry at me, like, yeah, stop bringing it up. No, I'm bringing it up because I'm allowed to bring it up. As a consumer, I'm allowed to say, you don't have to follow what I say. You don't have to believe in what I say. But if I was able to buy all singles, the amount of things I would have tried by now, I would still have like 30 or 40 beers in the cupboard to review. Because when I buy 4 beers to review, I have to buy 4 $20 4-packs. Most of the time. Not all the time. There are times where you can get the odd single here and there. But usually those aren't from Saskatchewan. Those are usually beers that are coming from Alberta, BC, that type of thing. Manitoba every once in a while. But even then, it's not always guaranteed that you're going to get those in singles. It's a harsh reality of the beer industry here, that they want to push these out so much faster, but you would sell so much more of a variety if you could let us pick what we want. And that's where I get frustrated and perturbed, shall we say. But I've talked for too long now about nothing, so we're going to go, because we have another beer for tonight. Do you like my walls? Do you like my walls? I want to build a table out of this stuff, too. I have like 3 propane tanks left, so there's a lot of things I want to do. I want to do a much deeper char on some of the stuff, too, so you can get the texture and see about that, because this is like mostly just surface char. A little bit of sanding and that would all be gone, and, but it looks cool. I think it looks cool. I think it looks nice. I think I added something special to this house with this. If I sell this house now, I'd be excited. Okay, maybe I wouldn't be excited because I don't want to sell the house, but you get what I'm saying. Bye, guys. Oh, come to daddy.